Hello again, fabulous fourth graders. Today, we're going to continue learning about decimal and fraction equivalents. However, we're going to learn just a little bit about percentages. So our I can statement for today is, I can make real-world connections with decimals, fractions, and percentages using a non-fiction text. Feel free to use paper and pencil, but for now, all you'll need is a listening ear. Let's begin. First, I would like for you to listen to the story, Piece, Part, Portion by Scott Gifford. And once the story is completed, please join me for a few discussion questions. Again, when you're ready, press play to listen to the story and then move to the next slide to join me for discussion questions.
Hi students, this is Mrs. Munoz again, and I'll be reading you this book called Piece, Part, Portion. It's about fractions, decimals, and percents. It's by Scott Gifford, and the photographs are by Shmuel Thaler. One half of a pair of shoes, 0.50 or 50%. This is the fraction, this is the decimal, and this is the percentage. They all mean the same thing. Half of a pair of shoes. One-twelfth of a dozen eggs, 0.08 or 8%. You can tell that it's just 1/12 because 1 dozen means 1/12. 1/11th of a soccer team, 0.09 or 9%. There are 11 players on a soccer team. He is one of them, so he is 1/11th of a soccer team. 1/10 of your toes, 0.10, 10%. You have 10 toes, so one of your toes is 1/10 of your toes. 1/9 of a tic-tac-toe game, 0.11 or 11%. There's one piece in the tic-tac-toe game where there are 9 spaces for you to have pieces. So one piece is 1/9 of a tic-tac-toe game. 1/8 of a pie, 0.125 or 12.5%. This pie was cut into 8 pieces and 1/8 of it is left. 1/7 of a week, 0.14 or 14%. The rest of the week has gone by. In this picture it's Saturday, and one day of the week is 1/7 of a week because there are 7 days in a week. 1/6 of a six-pack, 0.166 or 16.6%. The set is pretty equal on this one, 6 parts, and there's 1/6 left. 1/5 of a pack of gum, 0.20 or 20%. These packs of gum normally have 5 pieces, only one is left. It's 1/5 of a pack of gum. 1/4 of a dollar, 0.25 or 25%. Looks like this person is collecting quarters. They only have one of this set of 4. So it is 1/4 of a dollar. It takes 4 quarters to make a dollar. 1/3 of a traffic light, 0.33 or 33%. The yellow light is lit out of the 3 lights. That is 1/3 of the traffic light. 2/3 of a place setting, 0.66 or 66%. The place setting that's missing is the fork, but you have the other 2 parts of the place setting, the knife and the spoon. 2/3 of a place setting. 3/4 of a sandwich, 0.75 or 75%. They took a sandwich, cut it into 4 pieces, and they ate one apparently. What's left is 3/4. 99/100ths of a dollar, 0.99 or 99%. Looks like they counted these into groups of 10 for the pennies. They have 10 groups of 10 except for 1 penny that's missing, which makes this 99/100ths of a dollar, or as we would say, 99 cents. 1 whole pizza, 1.00 or 100%. All of the pizza is there, so it is 1 whole. The end. Thanks so much for reading this book along with me. I hope it helped you understand fractions, decimals, and percentages a little bit more. Have a great day.
Welcome back. What did you think? Let's talk about it. Question number 1. What did you discover? Is there anything that you didn't know before listening to the story that you now know? Did you have an aha moment? Think about it. Question number 2. Use math vocabulary and the information from the video to tell about the image below. Turn and talk. Find a family member, have a small discussion about the 2 questions, and then join me on the next slide so that you can hear my discovery. Okay, I'm sure that you have come up with plenty, but here are my thoughts. What did I discover? I discovered that decimals, fractions, and percentages are all connected. I also discovered that a piece, a part, a portion means the same thing, but is represented differently. Okay? If I had to tell about the image below, I could see the pizza has been cut into 4 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means the denominator is 4. I also know that 1/4 or 25% of the pizza has been eaten. That can also be 25/100ths as a decimal. With that being said, 3/4 or 75% of the pizza is left. So those are just a few of my thoughts. I'm sure you have plenty thoughts of your own. I hope you have enjoyed having that discussion with your family. And so now is your time to make some connections. Okay? So here's what I would like for you to do. Home connections. Work with your family to find 4 items in your house that can be turned into a decimal and fraction. Remember, this lesson was all about making connections, finding or discovering how a decimal is connected to a fraction that's also connected to a percentage. They all mean the same thing, but can be represented differently. So your job is to work with your family to find 4 items in your house that can be turned into a decimal and fraction. Here's a hint. You can often find materials or items like this in the kitchen. Good luck. Have fun. Thanks for joining and watching, and I'll see you soon.